Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I didn't realize beforehand that I might blend into the background, but it's all good. So today we are going to be talking about two of the worst days I've ever had, and they just both coincidentally happened to be on August 22nd. So I'm just gonna tell you a story time. There's just two stories, and it's gonna be about those 2 days. So starting off with August 22nd, 2016, it was the first day of fall semester. My first class for that day was chemistry. So not only am I going to walk into a class that everyone hates, but I was walking into a class where I didn't even know the professor. Usually you never know a professor, but like you rate your professor beforehand when you're selecting your classes for college, and you kind of have an idea of how the professor is, who the professor is, this and that. She was new, so there was no record of her, and I was running late as is. It was an 11 a.m. class. I woke up at 10 a.m. And this was back when I would actually wear makeup to school, because I don't wear makeup to school anymore. I used to take like a good 30 to 40 minutes to get ready for school. Now I can get ready in like 15 to 20 minutes. Not that long. Like it used to take me a long time to get ready for school. And then I would have to drive the 30 minutes. So I had to be awake at least 2 hours before my class in order to be there on time. So I was running late as is. I woke up at 10 a.m. I was running late. I got ready as fast as I possibly could. I refused to not do my makeup, so I still did my makeup anyway. Which was so stupid. I shouldn't have done my makeup. And I ran out the door, and I ran out the door in my slippers. So I had my nice, cute little fuzzy slippers on that are like the ones that I get out of bed with. Like they're not shoes that you should be taking out. So because I thought that I could maybe have enough time, I turned back around. I was 1/3 of the way there, and I turned back around, came back home, changed my shoes, and left once again to go to school. And I'm right there close to the exit, and I'm driving, I'm rushing because my class is about to start. It was like 10:57 or something when I was getting up to the exit. Like I was about a good 2 miles from the exit, which is not that far, especially if you're driving like over the speed limit. I was approaching on the exit. I was 2 miles away. There was this huge dump truck that was driving in the turnpike because there's construction going on. There's always freaking construction going on. I don't think I've ever seen the Florida Turnpike without construction my entire life. And I had a minivan in front of me, and then there was me, right? And the minivan moved, and I'm rushing. So I'm speeding up because I want to switch lanes and get away from the dump truck because the dump truck is going slow. And this dump truck, it's not fully closed in the back. If you don't know what a dump truck is, I'll like insert the picture right here. But the doors in the back weren't fully like locked and hinged together, so rocks were falling out from the truck, and I didn't know that, and that's why the minivan moved. Like the minivan had a good space between it and the dump truck, so he saw the rocks were falling, so he moved away, and he didn't really get hit by any of the rocks. I sped up when the minivan moved, and I got really close to the dump truck, and all the rocks started falling off, and they weren't like small little pebble rocks. No, these rocks were huge. Like they were like this big rocks, and they were just hitting my car and going into my car, and I freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to freaking die. One of these rocks is about to break my window. So I swerved my wheel like this, and I went to the other lane. Did not look at all. The fact that I didn't end up in a huge car accident and died is beyond me, because I just swerved with my eyes closed to the side. I opened my eyes when I moved away. I looked up. There was the minivan behind me. She was probably pissed as hell because I just like swerved into her lane. No consciousness of who was next to me, if I had enough space, if I had time, this and that. No, did not care whatsoever. I just swerved, eyes closed, and I I was shaking. My entire body started to shake that I did not know what to do, and I started crying. Like I was so terrified at that moment. And when I look up and am able to compose myself, and I'm like, okay, I need to get away. So I like sped up even more, got in front of the dump truck, went to the next lane to get off on the exit. Because I was already by the exit, like I was half a mile from the exit at this point. And I look up and I realized my windshield cracked. One of the rocks had hit it hard enough to crack it. And if I know that if I wouldn't have moved when I did, there's a good chance that entire glass would have shattered, and I would have either ended up in intensive care because of the cuts and things like that, or I could have possibly died. Like 100%. Like if that windshield would have cracked on me, at the speed I was going, that glass would have just fallen straight onto me, and I would have been stabbed everywhere with glass, and it would have been a bloody mess. So if I wouldn't have died, I definitely would have been in intensive care. And it was so terrifying, and it was one of the worst moments ever. And I get towards FIU, and things just got worse. It was already 11 p.m. when I managed to get off and get close to the school entrance and turning into the entrance. It was already 11. So my class had already started. And I started looking for parking. My class was in CP, and there's this building right here, and then right across is the parking. PG6, there's the entrance of the school, there's PG6, then there's the red parking, and then there's PG5. And then next to PG5 is like this big area of construction. And then my class is right across from the red parking garage. So the red parking garage is sort of like in the middle. My class is like right in front of the red parking garage, but a little bit further in. So you kind of have to walk. So if you parked in red, it'll take you about maybe 7 to 10 minutes to walk over there. So I go into PG6, look for parking. There's nothing on any floor. I get out, go to red parking, go up all the way up to the 6th floor, go back down, look through every floor, no parking whatsoever. There's so much traffic, like it's insane. Like the first day of class in FIU, I don't know if it's in every school, but at least the first day of classes in FIU, it's packed. Everyone's there, everyone's hectic, everyone's driving around, it's annoying. Especially in the morning, it's so bad. Like there's so many people, it's insane. So there's traffic, there's no parking, I can't find anywhere to park, and I finally am like, you know what, screw this. And I go to where there's construction and everything, because there was a few people parked there, and I was like, I'm parking here. I'm looking for anywhere I can park, and I have to make it all the way to the end, in the back corner, in the middle of mud, and I just make my own parking spot. I was like, I'm parking right here. I don't care if this is not supposed to be a place where I park. No one is really parked that well. I don't care. I'm here. I'm not moving. Like, I'm still shaking because I'm still in shock of the fact that that happened, and it's already like 11:30. The class ends at 12:15. So it's like 11:30. I'm walking out and I'm texting my friends. I'm like, look, I was just in an accident, this and that. I'm having a bad day. I sent them pictures. I'll insert the picture of my windshield right here so you guys can kind of start to see it if I still have it. I really hope I do. I'm pretty sure I do. And I start walking to my class. I get to my class, I walk in and I sit down in the first seat I could find. And we had to take a test, like to see our knowledge and this and that. And I was already late as it is. I have no idea what she talked about. I didn't get the syllabus. I no idea what the hell happened. So she gives us the test. We take the test in the last 20 minutes of class that we had to do it. And it was like 50 something questions. And I was like, 50 something questions in 20 minutes, and I don't even know what we're talking about. I no idea what the hell just happened. I don't even understand most of these questions. I was like, okay, whatever, and I answered however, and I know I did horrible on that because, like, obviously, like, my mind isn't even focusing on anything right at this point. Like, I'm just, like, dying of the fact that I was just in an accident. Like, I almost died. It was a mess. So I just turned it in however, and I was like, I'm done, I cannot take this. And then I told my friends were all laughing because, I mean, it's fucking funny. Like, now I look back on it and I'm laughing because of the fact that, like, that shit would happen to me. Like, just shit always happens to me. Like, I would be the car to get pummeled by rocks on the turnpike. It's me. But yeah, that's the first story.